Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up in their names, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
Hey everyone, so this is the awesome topic that I don't really get too often, and it is how to invest in real estate. I think this is a great topic. I actually just had a Snapchat of someone who lives in New York asking me about a complex that they want to purchase and if they really needed to put 20% down. So I'm actually going to talk about how to truly invest in real estate because I want to give you all of the source today. Now I'm not going to go into every specific loan type. I have done that in one previous video, and there's a lot of videos to go through, but I'm sure you'll be able to find it. But I will talk about how to invest in real estate as a beginner. So for all of you who do know, I am a primary home investor. What does that mean? That means I buy homes as a primary residence. I can house hack that to alleviate the debt to income ratio. And then I can go and buy another home within the year and basically do the same thing. Now, the reason why I like primary housing is because, one, the interest rate is cheaper than investment properties. So if I buy a house as a primary residence, instead of paying, I don't know, a 5% interest rate, my interest rate on a primary residence would be 4.5%. That already saves me money. So as an investor, I am happy about that. The second thing about making it a primary residence is that instead of putting 20% down on an investment property, you can put as little as 3.5% down. The way to put 3.5% down is for your FHA loans, okay? Now, you can put 5% down and do a conventional mortgage, which is still very much cheaper than a investment property that is 20% down. Now, if you're a seasoned investor and you've been investing with one bank for a long period of time, you can start to build relationships. And because of that, underwriting can be different for you. So as a seasoned investor, you may not have to put 20% down on an investment property. I know millionaires who will put 15% or even 10% down on a 6-unit building, on a complex, right? But that is not the standard, right? That is not normal, right? But again, building these relationships with a bank will allow you to do things that are out of the ordinary. And essentially, it keeps the rich rich and the poor poor. So this is some high level stuff that we're talking about right now. But I think it is very important that you understand relationships, especially when it comes to business. So try not to burn bridges along the way. That's some good advice that you should definitely hold handy, especially your contractors, especially your handymans, especially your real estate agent, because I'm pretty sure you'll be calling on them again. Now, with that being said, let's move on. Because I do primary housing and I house hack it, I already understand what I am able to afford. The numbers aren't based on what the property will generate in terms of rent, but it's based on what I can afford as an individual. This bodes well for me if you have a high-paying job, because now, once you do get a tenant in there, they're able to offset the mortgage and your debt-to-income ratio becomes 0. Because the debt-to-income ratio is now 0, I can buy a whole nother property as if I didn't just buy a primary residence. So how does that look? That looks like I buy a house for $100,000. The mortgage is $980 a month. I get a tenant who now pays $1,200 a month. Because they have offset the property mortgage, the bank will use about 75% of the rent to determine how much it is that I am earning, because they're accounting for a 25% vacancy rate. Now, at $1,200 versus a $980 payment, I'm just talking off the top of my head, I'm going to believe that I at least broke even. Because I broke even, I now qualify for another $100,000 house because I don't have any debt to income, right? The income from the tenant wiped out the debt itself, giving me the ability to buy a whole nother property once again. With that being said, I can also use this time, if I was house hacking, to live for free and stack up money like I've never done before. So, because I'm stacking up money like I've never done before, I may be able to afford an even better home. So, these are the reasons why I love primary residences. And you can have a primary residence that is up to 4 units. That means I can own a fourplex and only put 3.5 to 5% down instead of 20% down. This is absolutely awesome, right? Now, if you buy this as an investment property, you have to cough up so much more money for that fourplex because you have to put 20% down on a property that may be worth $400,000 to $600,000, depending on your locations, or even more, right? In the millions if you're talking about New York City. So, again, these are some of the reasons why I absolutely love primary residences. And you can own up to 5 primary residences. So what I intend to do is to continue to raise the bar with each primary residence that I buy. And on the 4th or 5th one, I'll end up making that my dream home and then start to use the 20% down rule to invest in investment properties along the way. So if you liked that strategy, you now have understood a few things on the FHA loan and conventional loans. But there are things like the VA loan where you can put 0% down on a primary residence as well. And now you also know that some banks will calculate income at 75% for renters. So if you know that the mortgage is $1,000 and only 75% of your renter's income is going to be used, you want to price for at least 25% more. So you're looking at somebody who's making about $1,250 a month in rental payments or more in order to truly offset the rent that is being alerted to you. And this is going to allow you to lower your debt to income ratio to 0, almost as if you don't even own the home, which is a great thing because it allows you to keep on buying more properties, right? You don't ever want to be cash negative on a property because the debt to income will be high and that will limit your ability to continue to buy properties in the future. So once again, thank you for tuning in. You already know that I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and on Rumble. I hope that this was very, very helpful for you all, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Peace.